Good evening, everyone. How are you this evening? Hi, Julie. Oh, Julie. Yeah, that's. Woo, 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 whoa. Make it stop. I have to pull up this window so I can see our chat. Yeah, that's a good story. That is a really good story. I love it how you guys are so willing to bear with me, you ladies. While I pull this up, that's probably going to happen again. Maybe not. Maybe I'll remember to hit mute. Hi, Alicia. How are you this evening? There we go. Okay, I think we're good. I had a little emergency, so hi, Marlene. Hi, Michelle. You want to close that, babe? Thanks. I had a little emergency right before I sat down. Hi, Amber. Kelly, I'm going to need glasses. I swear, one of these days, I'm not going to be able to read your names. It's just getting like that. Sandra, we got carry out tonight. Hallelujah. I really needed carry out tonight. I have been cleaning all day long. And okay, I should say hello, Allison, Regina. Hi, Tanya. Thanks for being here. Hi, Wendy. I really didn't clean all day long as much as like move objects, Nerf bullets and Legos and Thomas the Train wooden track pieces. Julian got a box of like 200 Nerf bullets. In fact, it's just like my shirt, like bright green and blue. And I don't know. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Beth. Hi, Avis, Nancy, April. Emily, Mina, hi. I have no idea how the kid has any left because I have them all. They're in my apron pockets. They're in my yoga pant pockets. They're everywhere. What was I going to say? Oh, so I was like picking up all day long and finally got to the point where I could actually dust and clean like at 4:30. Oh, great. It's going to be chore time. It's dinner time. And so our community really shuts down in the winter. I know some of you have heard me say that on the podcast. And so the couple that runs this little noodle shop, like a pad thai sort of place. It's very small. It's about as big as this office for real in a little tiny, old beachfront cottage. They're back. And so we got noodles tonight. But I had the emergency because nothing is ever spicy enough for me. And so, of course, I get out like the Chinese red pepper oil out of the fridge. And I'm just killing it. I mean, this food is delicious. And I'm so happy because the spicier, the better. It's Friday night. I'm eating spicy food. Hooray. I come up here to get ready. I'm looking pretty rough. So I go to put on a little bit more mascara. And I get the red pepper oil in my eyeballs, like at about 6:56. My eyes are on fire. They're watering. So they probably look really little and beady and agitated. And I was going to maybe have to have Joel sit down and talk to you for a while till my eyes recovered. So I got a handle on it. Nerf bullets do multiply like rabbits. I think like that's what children's toys do. They just have orgies all night long and like they just procreate while you're asleep. Because I don't buy my kids things. I don't buy them hardly. I don't buy all these little things. And yet there are always little things. I buy Legos. I'm a Lego mom all the way. But there's always rocks and fuzz. And the girls wear rings. There's always rings everywhere. Oh my gosh, it's a riot. So, hello everyone. Hello, French Country Love. Hi, Nita. How are you? First time live. Welcome. Okay. If you haven't heard about Monday's podcast, I beg you, please make sure you're following Homemaker Chic on Instagram because we've done a couple stories this week. I think I had the you-know-what last week. I was down for the count, and we just needed to take a break. So the episode will be airing on Monday. Never fear, the season finale will be there on Monday. So I had told you last week I wasn't really feeling that well. I put on, I watched a few minutes of the replay. That was a pretty good show because I was not feeling well last week at all, and since feel much better. But I'm thinking that's what it was because 6 out of 8 of us went down, and not really bad, just a runny nose and just like extreme fatigue. Holy cow, just extreme fatigue. Jalapeno eyes. Yeah, it's the worst. I think when I talk to you, you know, I get nervous, and I think I like produce extra saliva because every time I talk to you, I feel like I want to dab the corners of my mouth. So I think I get nervous and I'm drooling or something. I'm always feeling like I want to go like, I know milk neutralizes it, and I could have done olive oil too, but then I like would have smeared all my makeup, and I was already just a few minutes from popping on. And I really didn't, I mean, I don't care if I'm without my makeup with you guys, but I didn't want to like just wash it off and sit down. So Nita says it didn't rain today where she is in California. I wish it would rain here because that would make the snow go away. Yeah, it does, Julianne. Little children's items do multiply when they leave the house. I wish my shoes would multiply. That would be fun. I do have a pair of shoes. I have some things to show you. I didn't do any thrifting last week. But I did bring the clock, and that story, the Remington Steele story a few weeks ago was so fun. One of you, recommended, what was the movie that you recommended? The one where it's him and, Emma Thompson. I think one of you recommended that last week or the week before last. And I watched that the other night, and that movie is so silly and so campy. I laughed so hard. That is the dumbest movie. There's about 8 times in the movie where you go like, now how did that happen? How did they get that equipment? But it's so precious, it doesn't matter. I had so much fun watching that. I might watch it again this weekend. It was hysterical. So thank you so much for that recommendation. I can't remember what it's called. So if you do, The Love Punch. Thank you, Melanie. The Love Punch with Emma Thompson, right? Because who's the other Emma? Emma Stone. I don't know, like, modern actors anymore. Emma Stone's about as modern as I get. I actually did watch the Academy Awards the other night because I was on Team Elvis and Team Austin Butler, and walked away very bitter because I just feel like the Academy just picks all their fancy movies and just completely disregards what the people really, really loved, like movies you'd actually watch again. Goodness knows I've seen Elvis enough times, and I really, really wanted Austin Butler to win. I wanted the costume designer to win, who I think is Baz Luhrmann's wife. I mean, those costumes were amazing. So I haven't watched the Academy Awards in probably a decade. I was really, really disappointed. Fashion was great. I was really surprised with the fashion because sometimes it's really bad if you read the headlines or whatever the next day. But yeah, pretty bummed. Very corny, funny movie. Yes, Julianne, it definitely is. Okay, I'm going to scan a few comments there. Okay, Mondays. Mondays didn't get recorded because I was sick. That's what happened. Don't panic. Mondays will air on Monday. And that's the season finale, and then we'll take our 2-week break again and pick up where we left off. Nita got some gardening in today. I'm so jealous about that. I'm going to announce our winners for our seeds, the drawing I did last week. And I'll do that in a little bit. But all the winners have been contacted by the company as well. Thank you, Mama Knitter. Mama Knitter says Austin Butler was robbed. I'm not even into Elvis and bought it after seeing it twice in theaters. Thank you. So true. I'm an Elvis person, but I think I can, objectively say that if I wasn't, like, I would have to acknowledge, like, that was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Okay, Megan, here's the dilemma with the nails. Thank you. They look a little wicked. I'm looking at the screen here. I've got a screen over here. They look a little Wicked Witch of the West here on camera, but but they're really fun. And they're just growing out like crazy. And the place I go is down by my mom's. It's like an hour and a half away. And so I have this huge gap. And I just started getting my nails done. I've always done my own nails because I'm super picky. And but now my Paris trip is in like 3.5 weeks. So I can't go now because then they'll look like this. This is a month old. So I kind of they have to get even uglier. And I'm not going to pick at them because that's really bad for your nail. I like to take really good care of my nails, even if they're long or short. Right now they are super long. They're just growing like crazy because of no gardening and all that stuff. But, washing dishes every day and they're holding on. And I think this is a phase in my life where I will just be getting my nails done. Kelly hasn't seen the Elvis movie. It's so good. A few weeks ago, it was making the... Okay, I'm going to pick that up. Remind me if I don't pick up the explicit comment there. Yikes. A few weeks ago, it was making the rounds again because he did make the movie to be seen in theaters. So if you see it coming to your area or anywhere close to your area and you've had any iota of interest in seeing it, see it on the big screen. I saw it on my iPad first, loved it, and then went into the city to see it like subsequently a couple times after that. Okay, where was that comment about the explicit? She says that she just saw the Life Stages episode of Homemaker Chic and it has the explicit sign next to it. That's my bad. I load those and write all the show notes and everything. And it is so easy down at the bottom. Oh my gosh. With the drooling. Stop it. It's so easy when I go down to enter like the episode number or leave the page to hit the toggle on explicit. Which is super not cool because a lot of people have it set where that won't play. So I need to make a note and fix that. Not cool. I'm going to make a note right now. That has to get fixed. It's not explicit. I don't think it's explicit. No, Nita, I have not seen the Kurt Russell movie about Elvis. There's only been a few movies done about him, and of them, I know that. Okay. Thistle Moon Farm hasn't had her nails done because she doesn't like how they look growing out. Yeah, these are not acrylics. My nails are super, super strong. Acrylics freak me out. They look so beautiful on people, but the idea of something like that on my nail, I don't know, makes me feel like a little icky. But they are the gels, shellac or whatever you call them. So use a pretty hanky. Why do we keep saying? Didn't you just say that a minute ago about my eyes? Why did you say you'd use a pretty hanky? No, it wouldn't have been pretty. Would have destroyed it. My eyes were running like crazy. No, it's not Spotify flagging the podcast. It's me. I've done it before. I've had people message me privately and say, I can't listen because I'm not set up to listen to explicit things on iTunes or whatever. And I go in, I'm like, oh, that's totally my fault. Oh, Kelly's husband's grandmother was an Elvis fanatic and she passed away right before the movie came out. Obviously, that's sad. And that's sad. What a bummer. And Farming in My Apron. Hey, girl, how are you? Are you still on Instagram? Has a close family friend who is related to Elvis. She remembers as a child her mother taking her to the record store because your cousin Elvis has a record out and we need to help him out and buy one. Oh, that is so sweet. I love that. Ami Lee, my daughter, has started a vinyl collection. This is her story to tell, but she'll never tell it because she doesn't want to be anywhere near the screen. But she got an original pressing of Elvis's first album in Paris at the flea market. So we're there and Juliet's giving her a hard time because Amélie's like not really shopping. She's just being really just kind of waiting for the right thing to come around. And sure enough, we're at the Saint Ouen flea market and she looks up and it was like lights from heaven. Here is this album at a vinyl booth at the flea market. And so she scored her first Elvis album in at the Paris flea market, which is just such a riot. Yeah. Rory Thomas says Homemaker Chic gets the explicit tag when shays too much. TMI. So true. Oh, for the sides of my mouth. Yeah, I do need a hanky for the sides of my mouth. I can just dab like every 4 minutes, for crying out loud. Julie says she knows a person that talked to Elvis about his faith. He attended church as a child, understood the gospel. Fabulous. I believe that. I don't doubt that. It was an awesome find. The Elvis album was an awesome find. And she picked some other great ones. I'm trying to remember who she saw as we were walking by that caught her eye to go into the booth. Mahalia Jackson. So here we are in Paris, and we're on this big Elvis bender. We're like listening to the soundtrack, learning about all the singers in the movie. We're walking, and in a milk crate out in this little alley in front of this flea market booth is a Mahalia Jackson album. Hello. So she grabbed that, and then we start going through all of them, and I'm buying Ella Fitzgerald and Henri Salvador and Edith Piaf, and then she looks up and sees Elvis. It was just one of the greater moments of our trip. It was so cool. Okay. How fun. We don't have any movie theaters on. Avis, what island are you on, dear? We don't either. Everybody, we're on it's a peninsula officially because the channel is man-made, but it is an island, whatever. But yeah, we have to drive south across the bridge to go to the theater here too. So Andrea, how can I PO you a treat box? That's very kind, Andrea. Our PO box is 264 Sister Bay, Wisconsin. So thank you. That's very kind. Yeah. Amelie just got another album. Blue Hawaii. What did she get? She just got one that has something to do with Hawaii. I don't know. She just keeps scoring these really valuable albums, which is hysterical considering where we live. So Haley has a great question. Yeah, Tanya, that's what I thought. I was like, did I just see Tanya's last name somewhere? He was in Travels of Jamie McFeeters. Okay. Okay, sorry. I lost my way here. Haley said, may I ask what resources you use to learn how to care for your animals? Looking into raising our own meat soon. Thank you. That's a good question. I'm trying to think if I had one specific resource or if it was just kind of like Google. You know, obviously Jill Winger is a huge presence on Google in the homesteading category. So if you type up things, quite often her articles come up and they're very well researched and very well done. She's been at it for years. But I can't think, there wasn't a specific book that I read. It was talking to a lot of farmers locally, a lot too. I mean, we have people in the community that I picked their brains and still do pick their brains. When the vet comes, I ask him a million questions. When I bought my sheep, I made sure she had time to talk to me because I had a million questions. And I always try to make sure that I have a relationship with anybody that I buy my animals from. So like the farmer that I bought Fern from, she's in my phone and I can text her anytime and ask her a question. So I think I prefer like more relational because it's kind of like a pun intended, like boots on the ground type thing. Especially locally, you know, there's certain like minerals that are different in different areas for different animals, different illnesses. I like the local aspect too, because, you know, like as far as feeding the animals, for example, the farmers here know about grain mills and local grain mills and things that I wouldn't have known about by Googling like what to feed my animal. I'm going to get a really generic answer on the internet and then maybe overpay because I'm having something shipped to the house. Where if you get to know people in your community, I think it's a much better resource. They're there to help you. They have insight that you might not find on Google. So I would do that. And we have, let's see here. It's important to make the right decision and not just call in a favor with a family friend, to bring in a professional. So, Mama Knitter, this feed is freezing. I'm sorry, Nita. That's not me. Maybe close it out and come back. Maybe it's your internet. I'm not sure. Are we going to buy an apartment or a rural home in France? No, I can't afford that. That sounds fabulous, but probably will never happen. And I think these days with Airbnb, I mean, why go to all the hassle? Right now in this position, I'm not even bothered by it. I'd just be content to stay with the same Airbnb every time I go or something like that. Rural France sounds wonderful and romantic, but a lot of work too because of just isolation. It takes a long time to get to know people. It takes a long time to get to know people in a rural community in America, let alone in a foreign country. And I'm sure there's that same thing, that same sense of camaraderie and helpfulness, getting to know people at the markets, getting to know local farmers and things like that. But when you're starting from ground zero, that's something I don't really want to do it at this age. So, am I Irish? Just a little bit, my dear. Yes, I am. So I thought I'd pop some green on this evening. And your statue bust looks like a scary stalker dude in the background in the moody lighting. Statue bust. What can you see from back there? Oh, that is Julian's silhouette. Is like, let's see, what side does it point on? I can't figure out the reverse here. It's reversed. There it is, right there. That's Julian's silhouette. So if I move, you can see a few more of them. All 6 children are back there on my wall. So I think that's what you're referencing. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea, Bonnie. The extension center from the local college is a great idea on farming and animal husbandry. And, I tell you what, I really do love looking at international real estate, though. Holy cow, why is that so fun? Is it just because of our propensity to dream? Because that is really fun. In the back of what's the magazine I have up here? English Home always has incredible houses in the back, and I have been known to visit like Sotheby's online and just drool at castles and chateaus and ruins and farms and lots of fun. Haley has a fun question for today. Do you and your family have any St. Paddy's Day traditions? We do not, because we have Irish heritage, but it's not something we really lean into. However, the St. Patrick's breastplate prayer is my favorite, and the really popular portion, like the last part, Christ be with me, Christ within me, Christ above me, Christ before me. And then the last stanza, I bind unto myself today the strong name of the Trinity. Those 2 stanzas of that prayer, I guess you'd call them stanzas, are my prayer for my family. So I say that prayer for us and my family every morning with my coffee when I'm alone in my kitchen. So that is actually very special to me. Thank you. Thank you about the colors. I appreciate it. It's showing up just a touch more lime on the screen than it is in real life. In real life, it's a true just Kelly green, grass green, but it's just a little Ralph Lauren sweater from one of the local resale shops. I love it. I think it's starting to get little holes under the armpit. It's It's not very new, but I love it. I do really, really like a 3/4 sleeve on women. I think this is so beautiful on women, and I love a 3/4 sleeve. So I like this. I like this shirt, and Rory loves the breastplate as well. So, this Moon Farms thinks she might have this sweater. Might have this sweater. I like it. I like the neckline too, because I got my superpower hoops on, and I think the neckline's really pretty. It's not too much so that your bra straps are showing, so that you're kind of always fidgeting with them, but it is really pretty. I think it's a pretty neckline. And thank you for the mention to thumbs up. Joyce's son-in-law is from Dublin. I have a local friend from Northern Ireland. So, and Amber's so tall, so most of her shirts are unintentionally 3/4. That's funny. But 3/4 sleeves are the best. If I buy a blazer, and I'm going to have it altered, I will always have it altered to 3/4 because I think that is a beautiful look. For my Paris trip last fall, I bought like a pleather blazer, and it had like a runching on the sleeve. I think I'm wearing it. I think there's a picture of me at Versailles on Instagram, but it's so cool. So it's like scrunched. I love that look, like black leather looking. Yeah. Avis danced the hula to a song. Oh, that's right, Avis. You're in Hawaii. That's right. To a song with those words in it. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I love hula. I love belly dancing. I think both of those arts are so gorgeous. Okay, Rory says, Angela, the gorgeous terracotta planters you have from your Italian family. I saw one very similar. You did? Oh my gosh, they're so hard to find. I have Google image searched them 100 times. And once, ages ago, I found something similar online, like on a, what was it? It was like a garden show website, like some posh garden show website, but I've never seen anything since then. Mine are very old. They're around the corner and they're quite heavy. I don't know if I could carry one in to show you. Let me know if you want to see it. They are very old. They were my great-grandmother's, and mine are rather distressed because they were outside. They were a wedding gift, I believe, to my great-grandmother, and she lived in Albuquerque, and they sat outside her whole life until she went into a home. So how old was she when that happened? They probably sat outside for 60 years. So they're worn, but they're a little mossy, and who cares? They're so beautiful. I love them. Obviously hold your possessions very, very loosely, but they are one of my favorite things that I own. I absolutely love them. Tanya's belly dancing she said it would look more like the truffle shuffle from the Goonies. That is funny. Leanne Ross wants to know if I'm still considering an unfitted kitchen. I think I'm about there. All we have is just that one row of drawers left, and it's falling apart, so it's very unfitted. The kitchen is ongoing. I'm trying to decide on flooring, friends. Flooring is so pricey. How does anyone floor their house? That's what I'd like to know. Unless you have a new build, I just don't know. We're trying to work out something for our bedroom, and I'm really thinking of trying to DIY a Versailles patterned parquet floor because I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what else to do for our bedroom floor. I can't find anything I like. I don't want new and shiny wood. I already have the wood, obviously. We started that rope in there. I don't want to finish that. I never finished it. We finished Amélie's room, but I don't want to do that in my room. I just want to go over the top of it with something. And so, of course, being the glutton for punishment that I am, I'm looking at all these salvage, this was chiseled out of a French estate, these salvaged websites. Wow. Like extremely expensive. And so I'm thinking about like, okay, could I do this? Could I map it out? Could I say, okay, I need 85, 10 by 10 squares and 85 triangles. And, when we're done, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google a Versailles pattern, because you'll see it and you'll probably recognize it. It's very beautiful. And I think I'd like to try it. I think that's where I'm at with our bedroom floor, is trying it. But as far as the kitchen goes, I'd really love to put tile down. And I don't know, like sell a kidney. I don't know what the plan is. I have no idea, which is why it's just crummy wood floors. And I just say crummy because they're not sealed and they're just dirty and just ugh. So that's my joke, is the kitchen photographs really well, but in real life it's rough while we're still sorting things out. And we're just sorting things out because I can never find what I like. So it's probably me. I'm the problem. It's me. So Tammy is new to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. And you're just going to receive your first print magazine. Wonderful. Those are going to ship out on Tuesday. So that's really exciting. I just got the text from FedEx that the print is done and it's on the way. Yeah, diamond pattern. I love that too. I mean, I had that 2 homes ago. I did that Harlequin, that just quintessential classic black and white floor is perfection. It doesn't get better than that. I can't do that in the bedroom because of the gaps. I mean, I'm not going to paint rope. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're brand new, it's part of the Eco House thing. Our bedroom is in the front porch and there are gaps between the floor because when it was being used properly as an Eco House, which we are not, because it was not efficient, the air circulated. It's an envelope house. You can Google it or watch an old episode or something. So yeah, I do love that classic black and white though. I would like to do that. I've been researching like affordable marble for the conservatory because that's where I want to do the black and white. I want to do black and white marble in the conservatory. So I did find black marble for $5 a square foot, which I know affordable is relative, but that seems pretty cheap. And now I'm just trying to find my bra straps when we were talking about the collar of this shirt, and they've been bugging me ever since. But I tell you what I did do. I did pour vinegar on the black one to see if I could hone it myself, and it totally worked. Okay, Nita, how is the connection? How's everybody's connection? Can you let me know if it looks good? Because just keeping an eye on my internet here. Yeah, Thistle Moon Farm. Is there such thing as affordable marble? I don't know. You can find, you just gotta, I'm like the click, 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 click. I'm a huge researcher. I'm constantly digging and researching and trying to find stuff for the house because I ruminate on ideas for so long while I'm saving for them or before I finally pull the trigger on them. So yeah, freezing on and off here. Okay. Sorry about that. The kitties are watching a movie. I wonder if that's doing it. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix it. But if it's not too bad, I appreciate you bearing with me. Okay. But then everything is fine at French Country Love. So yeah. Champagne taste on a shoestring budget. Yeah. I had somebody a few months ago, a gal I buy my rugs from, right? Because I'm just like a rug addict the last couple years and always just trying to like find a good deal on one, get one, and she put one up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. This one is speaking to me because I'm super picky and I got to wait for the right one, right? And she sent me the price. I'm like, oh my goodness. Girl, you got Gucci taste. That's it. But I did find that Gucci scarf last week that I showed you. So, Julie, I don't use chemical fertilizers on my, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Is Miracle Grow a chemical fertilizer? If it is, then I do use Miracle Grow on my annuals. unless they're something I'm going to like sprinkle on a salad. Like I do, there are some Snapdragons I don't put Miracle Grow on because I don't want anything on them because I'll grab them for a salad just to be pretty. Island time. Okay. All right. I love this. Joyce has a marble bathroom counter. Never again stain scratches. I know it's everyone's approach to marble is different. So I'm, I guess, maybe a little bit more organic in that I don't mind. I have a lot of stained, scratched marble even in my kitchen, and I like that because I like it to just look old and worn, and that doesn't bother me. But I know it really, really bothers some people, and it's not what they wanted. Like you're saving for this really nice piece of nature, quite frankly, and then when it responds to daily wear and tear like that, I know that's not for everyone. No, I can't stencil the floor either. Any of the floors I'm talking about right now, not my kitchen though. I don't want to stencil my kitchen. That's too busy for me with the beams. A lot of patterns in the kitchen. I don't know. For some reason, tile feels like that would be less busy than, yeah. I don't think stenciling is going to be right because it's going to go into the boot room. Anything I do, I'm going to take right into the boot room as part of like the welcome. That's where most people come into our house. What was I saying? But any of the other floors I'm mentioning right now have gaps in them. So even if we do tile, we'll have to like put down plywood, put down hardy board, put down the tile. It's just going to be a mess. It's going to take forever, and it probably like won't happen forever. So, okay, I'm going to like glance at some comments. Oh, that's a good idea, Emily. Just reduce the video quality just a touch. My YouTube does that all the time. If I'm watching a video and I can't get it to function the way I want, then I'll go hit the little gear shift thing down at the bottom. Okay, really quick, I want to announce the winners. I know you've been contacted by Survival Garden Seeds already, but very heartfelt congratulations to Anne Gregory, Wendy Brown, and Susan Brokius. Those prizes are shipping out on Monday, so that's very exciting. Please let me know what you think about those seeds. And if you visit my Survival Garden Seed link, then you will get 10% off if you still have some shopping to do for your own garden. Hey, Joel. What? My video's really, it's lagging on and off. Are the kids watching a movie? Yes. Bummer. Can they hold out for like 20 more minutes? Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. Thank you. Soapstone. Beth loves soapstone. And yeah, I have a family member who's trying to convince me maybe of quartz, because there's a quartz that looks just like Carrera. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I had the kids pause their movie. They can wait 20 minutes while we finish up here. And we'll see how that goes. Yes, congratulations, Anne, Wendy, and Susan. You're going to love the seeds. I have to tell you, I think the thing I'm most excited about with Survival Garden Seeds is the germination rate. I'm floored at the germination rate. So I've used, in the past, for the last 5 or 6 years, I've been using Johnny's. And just kind of like, with the germination rate. Like sometimes I'll get done and I've got the tray planted, and a few weeks later I think, really? Like that's as good as we can do? And before that I was using, there's another heirloom seed company, not Baker. Is that what it's called? Baker? But the other one, I don't remember. And again, just like never really, really thrilled with the germination rate. And that's something I've noticed this time. I mean, obviously I haven't planted yet outside, but I'm expecting great things. But the germination rate has been phenomenal. So brick, I can't afford brick. Even the veneer, the little thin ones. The spaces are just so big. I mean, the conservatory is 11 by 40, 12 by 40. It's just, they're just big. There's big, awkward spaces. It's a bummer. Okay. Okay, Emily thinks the germination rate is awesome too. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Glad it's not just me. Yeah, I just was really, really pleased. Oh no, Shauna. This morning she went into her greenhouse to discover a dang mouse had eaten the tops off of pepper seedlings. Oh, that's so sad. I hate that. I hate that. We had mice really bad this year in the house. Wow. And Hobbs is like my precious cat, and we love him so much, but he's totally worthless when it comes to being a mouser. For sure. Totally worthless. Oh, Anne. Congratulations, Anne. You're here. Wonderful. Yeah, they told me they reached out to everyone, to the winners individually. Okay, you guys want to see the clock? You ladies want to see the clock? I'm going to show you a few fun things. First of all, I had my earrings. I love these earrings. I had them, and then I realized they looked really silly. I was just going to be silly, but I realized they looked super silly. But these were going to be my St. Patrick's Day earrings. My favorite Christmas earrings. I'm trying to find another reason to wear them because they're so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. A few things because I'm getting ready for my trip. This is my new bag. Isn't this beautiful? This is actually going to be a new advertiser here on the channel. Small family farm that makes these. I'm so excited. They made this for me. It's green. It's beautiful. They put my initials on the inside. Happy Hollow Farm, if you want to check them out before I officially start promoting them. You probably can't see that. Oh, yeah, you can. AJR. Oh, my goodness. I love this bag. So this is what I'm going to carry all my paperwork in and my folders and everything in Paris. Pretty darn excited about that. And so I pretty much have the trip on the brain because it's in just a little over 3 weeks. So I did get a new pair of walking shoes. Right? Isn't that green beautiful? So these are the shoes. Thank you, TJ Maxx. Okay, you want to see the purse again, Tanya? You do need it. I squealed when I saw they had put my initials on the inside. This company reached out to me, and I'm so touched to be working with them. They're like a small family leather company in Tennessee. Happy Hollow Farm. If you do buy something just based on what I just said, tell them because they won't have a way of tracking them. I would love for them to know that they heard about it, that you heard about it even before we officially began our work together. I'm just sharing this with you for fun. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's so soft. It's just phenomenal. I told them, I said, this, I got another like little one. I said, this is not, your photographs do not do this product justice at all. It's just so gorgeous. Yeah. So, do any of you wear these shoes? Tretorn? I don't know. Oh yeah, there's my tacky TJ Maxx sticker on the bottom. Don't you love that? I'm in love with these shoes. I got a pair at Costco last year, like just little gray fabric ones. I think they're made in Sweden. And then I loved them. They were really, really comfortable. I have really flat feet, so I love to have good support. And so I just found these at TJ Maxx, and I thought they'd be great. Like a nice creamy white for my Paris trip. Pretty jazzed. Oh, Avis has a great point because the whole thing with survival seeds is they want you to learn how to save the seeds yourself. And she says that once you harvest the seeds from survival with each sowing, they will get more acclimated to your climate and your area and do better for your environment. Fabulous. Love that. The J is Joy. Angela Joy. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, I'll come back next week with a link because I think we have an ad that's going to run on one of my YouTube videos within the next 10 days or so. But yeah, keep them in mind. Happy Hollow Farms. Just really beautiful. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to be done here. Well, no, we got a good 15 minutes. I brought the clock up. Would you like to see the clock? Trying to just think. Like I said, I have my Paris trip on the brain. That's sort of like all I'm thinking about right now. I'm really, really excited to go back. I'm really excited to take this group of people and just see someone else experience it. Can't wait. Oh, somebody's asking about seasons. I am a winter. Yeah. Who asked that? I saw that a little while ago. What is your winter? Your color profile? Dark winter or autumn? I know this is trending again. This is so old school. I used to do this back in the day for people. I don't know what dark winter is, but I'm assuming I am one. But yeah, winter. So jewel tones, navy blue, of course, navies, greens, purples. I don't really wear a lot of pink, but magenta, those stronger jewel tone colors, for sure. Thank you, Tanya. There is the link, happyhollowfarm-tn.com. And if you do follow that, since we don't have anything official to give you tonight, let them know that we talked about it tonight so they can, companies, especially the smaller companies, I know how that feels. They want to track their advertising for sure. That will mean something to them. Okay. I'm going to grab it. What do you want to see first? I'll let you decide. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I can take a much needed drink of water. Am I summer in the summer? Julie, no, because I get so tan. I'm just still winter. I don't tan my face because I know that's really bad for wrinkles. I wish I could just say to hell with it and just tan my face because I do get so tan. I love being tan. I love it. No beige. I mean, I'll wear it if I find something I really love. But I don't gravitate towards beige at all. Most of my closet, I'm pretty boring. Most of my closet is navy blue and green. So, okay. Amber wants to see the clock. And Amber answered first, so Amber gets her way, and then I'll show you the pendulum. Sad beige clothes for sad beige Parisienne farm girls. Absolutely. Did you see the sad beige that I'd shared on Instagram last week? Because I was crying. It was so funny. It was a homeschool mom t-shirt review done by the sad beige gal. It was hysterical. I love to laugh. So if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram because I'm trying to be better about sharing the stuff that makes me cry with laughter. If I had my way, I would belly laugh double over at least once a day. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to pick this beast up. And now again, remember, I crammed this in my suitcase. Here we go. Let's see, where can you see it? There she is. I'm just going to hold it up for a second. Yes. Victoria, I do wear brown sometimes. I do like brown. It's not my best color, but I don't care. Okay. I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold it up till somebody says something because I know that there is a bit of a delay. But this is it. And I told you it's like metal. See if I can hold it without dropping it. So it's kind of tin-ish. And look at the colors. The colors are just sorry, that's loud. This is the inside. And so I would love to have it repaired someday and make it working. Yeah, isn't it beautiful? It's so beautiful. I just love it. This is, my girls were like, Mom, you're never getting that in the suitcase. It's not going to happen. But I just laid it flat. And of course, I lovingly wrapped it in bubble wrap because I had it with me. And so you could hear this on the metro as we were making our way back to the airport. Okay, so this is the top. And then you can sort of see where the weights go right there. And so sometimes they just hang on the wall. You can online, if you Google sorry, that's loud. Stop. If you Google French Morbier clock, M-O-R. I can't spell out loud. M-O-R-B-I-E-R. You'll see them in the case, which is stunning. Usually they're like inlaid. Oh, they're so beautiful. First Dibs is loaded with them, of course. And sometimes they're just free floating. They're so beautiful. Okay. So. No, almost. This is the pendulum. La pendule. Look at that. Look at the wheat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, here, I'll scooch back. There's the top. So this is like where the clock goes. And it swings. So, if you heard the story last week, I think it was last week, I didn't know this bit. I had done a lot of negotiating for that clock. So I negotiated down to €185 for that clock. I was working it. Okay. I love to negotiate. I think there's an art to it. I think you have to be really respectful because they've put a lot of time and energy into what they've found. And that's actually something I enjoy, like teaching people how to do. So I'm looking forward to if anyone wants help with that at the Paris flea markets. I had I didn't know what this clock was. I didn't know. I just thought it was beautiful and I knew what I could afford. So I negotiated down to like 185 and I was thrilled. And I know I'm repeating a story that some of you heard a few weeks ago. And so it was on one side of the little street. And then he went over to the other side to wrap it up for me. And I said, don't worry. I carry my suitcase with me to the market and I had it full of bubble wrap. I'm like, I can do it. I appreciate it. I can do it. And I look and he's got this and he's starting to wrap it. And I'm freaking out because I didn't know this was included. So I told him as best I could in French, I don't care what you have to do. That has to make its way into my suitcase. And so he pulled this out. I told him, I trust you. Just do your best. So it's kind of coming apart here. Obviously, it's old as snot. And he bent it. I won't do it again because I don't want to bend the metal. But he bent it in half for me. Bless his heart. And it fit. Then this part to this part just fit in my suitcase. So, yeah. So I have it sitting on the windowsill in the living room right now because it's the perfect colors. And I would love to have it restored. I would love to have it work and swing. I think that would be great. I don't care. I mean, I care. I don't care. It's so beautiful. The story behind it is so fun. That's one of the things I love about the flea markets, like Amelie's Elvis album, is the stories that come with the treasures. So, I got this little guy here. Let me show you this. It's holding up some of my favorite Marilyn and Chanel books. But I got this bronze Mont Saint Michel sort of bookend thing. And had a great conversation with the vendor about it. And he saw my bag was kind of open, and I knew it was, but he very graciously was like, just remember there are pickpockets. And he was just so kind, and the people at the flea markets are so great. And so I love all the little, I will always remember how this guy and I just stood there and shot the breeze in French, in broken French. Yeah, I love this thing. Isn't this cool? Have any of you ever been to Mont Saint Michel? Because I just think this is so beautiful. I love it there, and I love this little piece. No, Julie, I didn't know it was part of the deal. I had no idea. But so many great treasures. This was, I think, €25. This is beautiful. This is a piece of art. And can you imagine? There were probably two at one point. So. Okay, Mama Knitter just looked up more BA clocks. Pretty incredible, huh? I mean, there's one on First Dibs for like 7,000 and it's so stunning. It's just the wood is all inlaid. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, Cape Cod Cottage. Do I have a LaConch stove? Yes, I do. We did get a LaConch last June and I love it. I named her Lucrezia after the maid in the Durrells of Corfu, and so I call her Luga. If you follow on Instagram, you'll see I'm constantly fawning over Luga because I don't think I will ever tire of her beauty. I probably use her 5 to 7 times a day just because I make just about everything from scratch except carry out food that burns my eyes right before a YouTube live. And don't have a microwave, and I mean I put her through her paces every day. I absolutely love her. I have 0 complaints. Again, same kind of thing where I just like probably went to that website about 1,500 times and messed with the specs, tried to think really about what features I wanted, and then finally years later pulled the trigger, and I absolutely love it. I did read a lot of reviews online, and there were a few that weren't good, and I just thought, like, that happens. Everybody has their own experience. The majority of them were excellent, and I knew it was what I really, really wanted, so I love her. More photos of Luga than my kids. Christine went to Mont Saint Michel with a high school group in 1967. Fabulous. Okay. Thank you, Christine, for reminding everyone to give a thumbs up. I'm getting a lot of questions about the stove. So I'm trying to think about maybe doing just a little stove tour or review, kind of just show all the different features that I selected and maybe why I did, because there are many different options and many different sizes. And so it's really nice because you can sort of customize it to what's going to be best for you. I can fit baker's rack where you slide them all on. That does not fit in mine. But the Nordic, what is it called? Nordic ware, I guess, from Costco. Those size baking sheets fit just fine. I put a big, huge turkey in at Thanksgiving. So yes, it's definitely not as big as my old oven, but my old oven was a piece of crap. It didn't work. I hadn't had a proper working oven for 10 years before Luga. So yeah, I use the electric side much more because I bake all the time. I love it. And those are little sheets that I use, and I stack them in. So yeah. Okay. So so stove tour, scarf video. I'm behind because of not feeling good last week. Wow. I have some YouTube hustling to do. Oh, thank you, Julie. That's very kind. Can we see my rug collection? Oh, Ange, this is all stuff that I've said before. Okay. Rug. Say it again. Stove. Scarf. Rug, stone, scarf. Okay. And I'm still trying to land on what days. So we've been experimenting with Sundays, going back to like how we built the channel, having our videos, so doing the Friday Night Lives and then Sundays. And the videos are bombing. It's so sad to do all that work and then have them not get the views. It's a bummer. You know, it's like when you make something that you think is really pretty, you want people to see it. I thought the Louvre video was really pretty, considering what I had to work with. And I say that because on this last trip this fall, I wanted to be present. I was there. It was a business trip. We were R&D, like we were researching and getting everything lined up for these flea market tours. But it was also my teen daughter's first time in Paris, and I wanted to be present, like experiencing it because it had been so long since I had been, and experiencing it with them. So like I didn't go to the Louvre like with the purpose of filming the Louvre for a YouTube video. I wanted to film some in case I did a YouTube video about it, but I didn't capture as much as you would if you were going to the Louvre with the intention of making a YouTube video, if that makes sense. So when I sat down to edit, I started with 23 minutes of clips, and I thought, oh crap, this is not good, because I knew it was going to cut in half at least by the time you get rid of the slop and the shakes and the stuff you don't like. And, you're trying to pace it to the music, which is one of my favorite things to do. And, my actual favorite part of the video is when Juliet is walking up the stairs. First of all, I think that song is so beautiful. When Juliet's walking up the stairs to the Winged Victory, just the pacing of the music with her anticipation of seeing the statue, and she turns back and looks at me like, we're doing it. And then we walked around, and I did say intentionally, I said, you know what, if I do make a video, I'm going to go up to that level, like that landing, and I'm going to film. I'm just going to hold the camera still for a couple seconds and just get her way pulled back. And those 3 or 4 clips of that video are just some of my favorite editing I've ever done. I loved that part of the video. So would I have loved the 35-minute Louvre video? Yes, but that's not what I went there to do. So oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Yeah, absolutely. There's just something, without sounding so cheesy, but especially in my line of work, it would be really easy to live your life looking through a camera. And I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. If I'm going to share something, it's going to be because I want to, not because I feel like I have to. And I've been known to just hold the camera like this. I'm not going to look through it. I'm going to see it with my own eyes. Darn it. So thank you. Okay. All right. It's 2 minutes after 8. So we usually go till the hour, and I know my chitlins are waiting to watch their movie. I would love to see you tour French homes while in Paris. I don't have any friends in Paris. I have friends outside, and I don't know if they would like to do that. But yeah, I have some other ideas about. I do need to make a list. Now that I'm gonna go again here, I have the tour, and then I've given the people that are coming. I wanted them to have free time. I didn't want them to just be with it, like me, the whole time. I wanted them to have free time. I'm helping them plan their free time. And when they have their free time, I will be working. So if you have some things you'd like me to film or some videos specific you'd like me to make about Paris, let me know, because I am sort of making those notes right now. I don't have big chunks of time, but I have some windows in between my activities as tour guide. Alexis wants to know if I'll be adding more tours in 2 years, God willing. We have 4 to choose from for 2024, and that is the plan, that we have 2 in April and 2 in October every year. So yes. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Tanya, can you throw in a Paris tour link in case anyone would like to reserve their spot? We're just taking 8 people per trip, so we're keeping it nice and special. So grab a sister, sister-in-law, your mama, your best friend, and make plans to come to Paris with me. We will have so much fun. We're going to have so much fun. Oh my gosh. And I will see you soon. I don't know when my next video is going to be, because the Sunday ones really aren't working. So maybe we'll try Tuesday. Maybe we'll see. Congratulations again to the seed winners. Be sure to check out the Survival Garden Seed links, which will be in this video description here in just a few minutes. And I will see you all again very soon. A bientôt.